It's not like one day, we're sustainable. It's the process.
Starting small with your own pet makes a big difference.
Rework, reuse, recycle.
Welcome to Save My Planet. I'm Stephen Brooks. Did you ever wonder where your coffee comes from and the impact it has on the planet? Well, they do here at one of Costa Rica's premier organic coffee plantations. We'll go see it later. But first, say you have a party to go to, or a job interview, or you just want a new look. What do? Well, before you head to a department store or buy a new outfit online, try something that's not only good for the planet, but for your wallet too.
I'm Barbara Horowitz. I'm a personal stylist. It's always been my mission as a woman to be able to look great and do it affordably. I've always talked about how to rework, reuse, and recycle your clothing. So we're here in LA, one of the best spots to be green with your clothing. There's fantastic consignment and resale stores that all the celebrities are letting go of what they no longer want. There's absolutely no carbon footprint because you're basically just recycling what you no longer want. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Barbara.
So I'm meeting one of my clients, Shannon. We're going to Decades 2, which is one of my favorite consignment shops in all of Hollywood. Hey, Christos.
What's going on?
How are you?
So good to see you.
You too. Are you here to buy, sell, or have fun? Decades 2 is sort of the premier boutique in consignment. We see over 10,000 things a year, clothing and accessories. So basically, we are truly a hunter, gatherer, and recycler of great high-end fashion pieces. They're gonna give some stuff to me maybe to sell, then you
hopefully.
kind of find something else and do the true recycle.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Let's get started then. Oh, this is great. This is Westwood. Along with getting great fashion when you come to a consignment store, there's also the benefits of not kind of adding to all the eco issues we have around the world, such as having to produce more clothes, which is more dyes, more bleach, more pollution in terms of actually making the actual products. And when you consign or are able to kind of recycle these things, you're taking that all out of the loop. I'll definitely consign that for you. So, are you ready to shop?
Yeah, let's go.
A consignment store functions like a natural ecosystem. You feed it clothes, and it feeds you with new pieces for your wardrobe.
Oh, that's really pretty. You do too. I love this piece. It's amazing.
Love this. Where is it? Okay, cool.
Cool.
Well, you found some good stuff. I'm excited.
So the Mew Mew piece, you got the Mew Mew.
Yeah, I love it.
So cute.
This retailed for I think $850, $900 last year actually,
Wow.
and it's $395 here, so you've saved over 55%.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You're gonna buy this today, and you consign 2 with me, so your Lowe's will sell, and that's gonna pay for the dress.
Great.
One of the things that's so great about recycling your clothing, it's entirely possible that a $3,000 dress could be about $700 resale. So before you go out for that special occasion to buy something that may break your bank, don't do it. Go to resale first. It's good for the planet, it's good for your pocketbook, and that's a good deal.
But what if I can't afford a $700 outfit? What if all I have is the shirt on my back?
Hey, Afshan. How are you?
How are you?
So we're here at Estilo Hair Salon with my fantastic hairdresser friend, Afshan. He called me last week and said, hey, listen, I have this t-shirt line. I need to rework some of the samples. Can you come in and do your magic? So we're gonna show him how to make some modifications, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Well, these are boys' t-shirts, but I thought, if we could get them to be a little bit more chopped up, it'll be a cool concept
Feminine,
for girls. to
edgy,
wear. Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, that's my shtick.
So let's try it.
What I'd like to do is I like to lay the t-shirt out, and then I will cut the band of the t-shirt first off. The reason why I do this is I don't want that mass-produced bottom. What's so fantastic about this is you don't have to cut straight, you just have to pull. So it will all roll. And then what I like to do is I again like to take off anything that looks like I bought it at the store. So I like to cut the sleeves off.
I really like the idea of reprocessing and recycling something and taking it a step further. And I feel that's always there's always something new to come out of it.
What I love with my designs is making it look like something that no one could buy, like it's something that I created on my own.
I don't really think of this as green. I think of it as just something cool and fun to do, and reprocessing and taking an idea and tweaking it. And the fact that it is green, it's cool because it's helping the planet, and it's something positive that we all need to be conscious of.
This looks great. Before you go and buy something new, go and check out in your closet. Grab a scissors, see if you can rework something. Go and see if you can sell a couple pieces at your local consignment store. Rework, reuse, recycle.
For all you fashionistas out there, remember, this season's must-have outfits come at a great cost. Precious fossil fuels are gobbled up at production and delivery. Reworking and recycling clothes can help reduce the impact, but it doesn't have to stop at your closet. When we come back, we'll see how pet owners are finding creative ways to keep their furry friends green. So you ready to roll up your sleeves and clean out your closet? Well, before you toss that top, here are a few ways to unload and stay green. Get creative and tailor old clothes into new styles. Have a clothing swap with friends. And if you knit, recycle old sweaters into balls of yarn. The worst place for old clothes is the trash. And if you can't reuse, donate. Welcome back to Save My Planet. The impact we have on the environment can come from unlikely sources, like our pets. From the food we feed them to the toys and treats we buy them, our pets' carbon paw prints can get pretty big. The good news is it's not that hard for you and your pet to live green.
My name is Kelsey Dolezal. I am a certified veterinary technician at Fernetic, Chicago Center for Veterinary Medicine. My commitment to environmental living is trying to help my pet and myself live as green as we can, buying products that are post-consumer recycled materials, and just trying to be the best green pet owners that we can be. There are 75 million dogs in this country alone and 89 million cats. You can't even imagine the amount of money and product that goes into those animals, let alone the waste.
And the waste that cats leave behind and what we do with it can really affect the planet.
It takes a lot of money to do that.
With the millions of cats that are in the United States today, cat litter is being dumped by the ton into landfills. So a better choice in litter would be a litter that is a more natural litter made out of wood or recycled materials, something that is going to biodegrade a lot faster than the clay or the other litters. So here are a few options of dog beds. We have a recycled bed here, one that you can recycle, and then one that you can redo. This is stuffed with recycled post-consumer plastic bottles.
Buying a bed isn't your only option. It's pretty easy to pump new life into your old one too.
Things that you can do with beds that you already have are, if they have a zipper, then great. If they don't, you just find the seam where they stuffed it, take that seam out with the seam ripper, pull out the material, recycle it, wash it. You can either put it back in if it will go back in, or you can stuff it with old towels, old blankets, or other materials that you have in the house.
If you take a look at what you do normally, a lot of people will realize they're real close to being green, they just need to do a little bit more. I hadn't really thought about buying the blankets at a garage sale as green. It's like, oh, some of this stuff, like I said, we're already doing it, you don't realize it.
Things that you can do at home if you don't have money to go out and buy a new toy, products that you already have that you're going to recycle anyway, are old water bottles or milk jugs, or even paper towel rolls. You just put food in them, put it down on the ground like a little toy, and they just kind of bat it around. They can chew on it. If they're a dog that does destroy things, you kind of want to watch them and see she just knocked all the food out, and she's going to eat the food, and then she'll come back to the toy and play with it again.
This stuff is great for when you're inside, but what about when I want to take Rover out?
Leashes, collars made of hemp is a good material, an economical, very durable. This is a very awesome poop bag. This is called the Bio Bag. This is made from corn. It is a completely 100% biodegradable and compostable bag. It will biodegrade in 10 to 45 days. A lot of water is used when you bathe dogs, so an idea is to use wipes instead of bathing. All you do is take one of these wipes, and instead of washing her whole body, I'm just gonna either wipe her down because she's stinky, or I'm gonna wipe her feet off because that's where the dirt is.
Hey, sometimes I use wipes instead of showering. That's normal, right? But seriously, it's really important to keep pets clean and healthy. So what'd you say about this green pet food?
A green pet food would be something that does not have any wheat, any corn, any animal byproducts. What you put into your body is what you're going to get out of your body. So you wouldn't want to feed your dog, junk, which they do put into a lot of the cheaper, lower quality dog foods.
I have switched my dog over to one of the foods that's more of a natural diet. He's done tremendously well. He's running and jumping more. He just seems happier and more active. His coat is much smoother and softer and shinier. So I'm seeing positive benefits.
I'm doing a lot more label reading than I was before. 10 years ago, I never looked at a label, I just bought it. And now I look to see, is this green? What's the long-term effect of something I'm doing right now?
I would love pet owners to just walk away with the idea of being a green pet owner. Even starting small with your own pet makes a big difference. It makes me feel like a good pet owner to incorporate some of the green things into my life and help save the planet, knowing that we're taking the post-consumer recycled products and using them for things that wouldn't normally be used.
One of the best ways to lighten the load on the planet is to cut back on all the stuff we buy. So don't be afraid to repurpose those household items. You might be surprised by what you can dream up. When we come back, we'll explore these coffee fields and see how the folks around here cultivate a very special brew. If you're thinking of adopting a furry friend, consider going green with a recycled pet. The commercial pet trade creates a glut of animals, which means more mouths to feed and more waste. But shelters are full of cats and dogs that have been abandoned or rescued and just need a good home. By adopting a pet from a pound, you can help out the animals and the planet. Welcome back to Save My Planet. Here we are in the Central Valley of Costa Rica, one of the most fertile coffee growing regions in the world. It's also a place where some folks are demonstrating that living sustainably can be both rewarding and profitable.
Finca Rosa Blanca is one of about 130 hotels in Costa Rica, which is certified by a program called the CST, which stands for Certification for Sustainable Tourism. We have the highest level you can attain.
I've been hearing about this place for years, and Glenn is a real leader of sustainability here in Costa Rica. Being sustainable doesn't mean that things aren't profitable.
The bottom line is we're a business, and in order for us to survive and do the good things we want to do, we have to make a profit. So anything that we do that has to do with sustainability has to include financial sustainability.
Right, a dear friend of mine once said, no margin, no mission. I'm here with Manolo Muñez, who is the sustainability expert here at Finca Rosa Blanca. And here we are at the swimming pool. What's so sustainable about this?
Well, let me tell you, Steve, we clean the water using ionization.
So there's absolutely no chlorine in this pool at all?
Nothing at all.
Wow, it's hard to believe.
Just ions of silver and copper.
So obviously we can't see the ions, but can we actually see the electrodes and the filtration system?
Let me show you.
So this is where it all goes down.
Exactly. Besides the pump and the filter for the pool, we have 2 electrodes right here, copper and silver. So that's what cleans the water, actually. Another thing is that the ions don't evaporate, right? So you're not polluting the air, right?
I mean, with chlorine going into the air.
Exactly.
That's
right.
great.
In the last 15 years, we've saved probably $50,000 or $60,000 in chlorine costs, which is really, again, the bottom line.
Having hot water in your hotel doesn't mean you can't be sustainable. Look at the size of this solar hot water heater. What do you got going on here, Manolo?
Well, this is a different type of solar water here that Finca Rosa Blanca implemented. You can actually feel the heat, exactly, right? The water is in here, right? So the black thin roof attracts the solar light and reflects it, and it hits the bottom of these rubber pipes.
Incredible. So all the hot water that you get in your rooms comes from here?
Exactly, right.
Permaculture, cool. What's that?
Well, actually, turning the waste into compost using soil worms right here.
Wow.
See?
Cool.
We also use the ash from the fireplace to burn in the coffee wood to reduce the acidity of the, in this case, horse manure.
Oh, it's the horse manure. Where do you get that?
From the horses that the hotel has as well.
So, do you consider these worms employees of the hotel?
Sure they are.
Everything's involved.
Even the design of the main building of Finca Rosamonca was thinking of green, right? We take advantage of the natural resources that we have around here, like the sunlight, right?
Wow, so the sun you use to heat the pool and light up the place. That's good thinking. And they even have their own recycling center here, made from the most sustainable material, Caña Brava. And check out this greenhouse. They grow about 20% of the hotel's food. I love it.
We can not only minimize our impact in terms of a business and a structure, but we can also create a learning experience for our guests where they can take that home with them and see what maybe they could do in their own communities that would replicate what we're doing here.
With a little ingenuity, the folks at Finca Rosa Blanca have figured out a way to create a business that's sustainable, practical, and profitable. When we come back, we're gonna see how their plantation can deliver your morning jolt without delivering a shock to the environment. A morning cup of coffee is something most of us can't live without. But have you ever thought about where it comes from and how it's grown? The folks here at Finca Rosa Blanca sure have. They take sustainable coffee farming pretty seriously. So I noticed that it was the Finca Rosa Blanca coffee plantation and inn. Where's the plantation?
Okay, well, we own several coffee plantations around the hotel. In order to conserve property around here, rather than have it turned into urbanizations, we decided that it would be wonderful if we could buy some of these properties and keep them. But who's going to pay the bill? So we decided that if we're going to do this, we really have to do it in the same vein with the same concept that we do everything else here.
I've heard the term agro-ecotourism. It's like agricultural ecotourism. So your guests can actually take a tour of the coffee plantation. You know, they drink coffee in the morning to actually see where it's coming from. Super innovative.
Yes, and we really like that our guests can actually get involved with knowing the area, knowing the culture, seeing the coffee, picking the coffee if they wanted in that season. And it was all part of one great symbiosis between tourism, agriculture, conservation, and supportive culture.
So incredible, a hotel that grows its own organic coffee. And Leo here is the organic coffee expert and tour guide. What's gonna happen here?
Well, basically, we have here our guests, Walter and Jennifer, who go through every aspect as per what is organic, as per what we do over here to obtain high quality coffee. The first thing we notice in an organic field, whether it's coffee or any other type of product, is that we grow following the contour of the terrain so as to both, of course, maximize the use of the land, but also to minimize, to lessen the impact of erosion as much as possible. When we have slopes, for instance, we grow then foliage plants that will help us hold on to the soils and as a consequence to the minerals and the nutrients. You see walls or barriers of it in very, very grass. And basically we grow these so that during the rainy season, as waters rush down the slope, we'll be able to hold on to the soils and the minerals and nutrients in those soils. These are erythrinas, legume-type trees. And basically they produce a lot of foliage that will help us shade coffee. Shading then will allow us to lower the temperature so that we'll have a prolonged ripening process of the fruit in the plant, greater enhancement of natural sugars then.
So basically, with these other plants and trees, you're creating naturally the perfect environment where the conventional plantation will use chemicals and you know, bad things, and this is just, you're just doing it with nature. Wow, it looks like we got some really good time. We got picking fully in effect.
This is a patch that has lots of ripe berries. And that is essentially what we need to do, pick just the ripe fruit. So it's selectively picked by hand.
Someone's hand picked it and put it into a basket. It's that, you know, you really think about that when you're drinking your coffee. What a magical process. So I'm here with Juan Ramirez. He's the foreman, and obviously this is a very important time of the year. ¿Y cuánto tiempo tienes aquí trabajando?
4 años.
Yeah, so he's been working here for 4 years. His father and his father's father and his father's father's father have been involved in growing coffee their whole lives. It's like coffee's running in their blood.
Me gusta mucho porque estamos cuidando el ambiente, la fauna, la flora.
He really likes working here because they, it's not just about the coffee, but they protect the flora and the fauna, and all the people that work here are also given a really good education about how things are done here so that they could bring that information back to their families, and it could really just infiltrate everywhere, organic.
Also, they can see the working of the farm as an agriculture entity. They see our machinery. They see the final product.
Go ahead and just try it.
It's so incredible. Like, we think just, we go to our supermarket and they sell this bags of brown powder, but to really see the journey that coffee goes on from the plant to now our cup. Cheers. That's good. So how do you take your cup of joe after today's journey, sustainably, I hope? I'm Stephen Brooks for Save My Planet. See you next time.